I was reborn on the day my wife came into this world, but I played dumb like I knew nothing. I boarded a flight overseas to seal a business deal because in my past life, on the very day I was about to leave for that international deal, an earthquake hit Uxian out of nowhere. I insisted on turning back to find Binding Bing and it cost me the partnership. The company took a massive hit from that last deal, and I threw everything I had into Binding Bing, and watched helplessly as the company I built from the ground up spiral into bankruptcy. But she was disgusted by her own amputated limbs because of that jerk she loved, and eventually took her own life. Right before she died, she asked to be buried as close to him as possible, just so she could always be near him. And me, the husband who stood by her for years, got nothing but a mountain of debt and a whole lot of blame. Fang Yuan, if it weren't for saving you, I never would have ended up like this. Why would I have ever given up on the man I love to marry you if you had any decency at all after I die? Take care of my parents and Ashley and give them 100 grand every month. Her parents cursed me out and beat me senseless like they wanted me buried right alongside her. But those memories grew clearer and clearer in my mind. Binding Bing had lost her limbs saving that jerk, not me. I was the one who pulled him out of the rubble and to help him recover. I burned through every last dollar I had and drowned myself in debt. 10 years of giving everything without a single complaint, and this is how she repaid me. This time around I was done with her for good. I had just walked into the airport when my assistant came rushing over phone in hand. Mr. Fang, this is bad. There's been an earthquake in Uxian and Miss Bai just arrived there yesterday. She's completely unreachable now, and in that moment it finally hit me that I had actually been reborn. A faint smile crept across my face and I turned to look at the executives trailing behind me. They were all watching me with nervous eyes. They all knew just how much Binding Bing meant to me. One of them finally spoke up. Mr. Fang, the deal, we should go. I stepped forward without a word, then paused and turned back. Going forward, don't bother telling me anything about Binding Bing. Everyone stood there stunned for a second, then fell in step behind me moving fast. The shock on their faces was impossible to hide. Everyone knew I was absolutely crazy about Binding Bing, even when she treated me like I was invisible. I would chase after her relentlessly, and the moment Binding Bing needed me even a little, I would drop everything without a second thought, let alone when someone's life was actually on the line. It wasn't until the plane took off that everyone finally breathed easy. The negotiations stretched on for a full 7 days, and both sides finally locked in all the details. The whole team made it back to the country safe and sound, and the moment we landed, I turned on my personal phone that had been off for a week, and a flood of notifications exploded on the screen. Everyone around Binding Bing had been blowing up my phone. I scrolled through it all slowly, then headed to the hospital. Binding Bing was lying in the hospital bed, wrapped head to toe in bandages. One arm and one leg just empty space in my past life because I got there fast enough. She only lost one hand, and when she came to, she screamed and cursed like she had lost her mind. She could not accept what she looked like no matter what. I wondered if this time facing injuries 10 times worse than before, she would be able to handle it. Her mom was right there by her side, crying worn out. She had been out for 7 days. Still hadn't woken up. The doctors said she was buried under the rubble for too long. Her internal organs took serious damage, and the amputations were so extensive that prosthetics weren't even an option. What are we gonna do? How on earth did she end up this bad? Her mom raged on. Who did this to my daughter in my past life? She had gone off just the same way. My daughter was going to be a painter. Her right hand is gone. How is she supposed to live now? If I find out which lowlife did this to my daughter, I swear I will make him pay.